Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a drink.
All right, and we are back in the lobby bar for the week of May the 20th, 2024. Brian and Michaela here with you. And Michaela, welcome back. You were traveling last week, so we had an early Mother's Day edition of the lobby bar. But this week, we're back in the regular lobby bar because we are on our way to go see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. How are you doing? How was your trip?
It was great. Had a great time doing a lot of work stuff. Um, I did get to stop and see Meow Wolf again in Denver.
Okay.
And last time I went, and I didn't have a whole lot of time, so I was just in the immersive like art experience. If you've never looked it up, it's like meowwolf.com or something. Go look it up. It's really cool. There's a couple all over the United States. What I did get to do was go into the bar, the really fancy
Mm,
lounge that was very alien-esque. It was like really colorful and beautiful, and the cocktails were really good. And so I had some neat cocktails there. I sent you a couple
hmm.
pictures. It was a
You
very
did.
bougie. They have like two cocktail levels. Like one is for people who just want to drink and maybe they have all their kids with them, so they can't like feel like a true adult. And then the one that we went into, it was like really like a feast for the senses. So it was really colorful. The
Okay.
chairs were like really umptuous, and the drinks were really cool. Mine had like this really cool smoke coming out of it with like a stabbed orange slice with some
Okay.
like smoking rosemary. It was really interesting. Really, really
Okay.
good.
Yeah, now for those listeners out there who don't know what Meow Wolf is, I didn't really until you told my wife and I to go in Santa Fe. I think that's the one you've been to a couple of times, and then we went there last year. It's basically like an abstract and like modern art like exhibit, but they kind of market
Hmm.
it as like a playground for adults. So you go in and there's kind of all these different rooms you can explore, and there's like a little like mystery you can unravel if you feel like it. But mostly it's just kind of like interacting with this, I don't know, like acid trip of a good time that you're on in this thing. And yeah, they have a pretty fancy bar there. You sent me some pictures of that one. I think the Denver location is the largest one in the
Hmm.
United States
It
potentially.
it
So
is.
so the bar there looked pretty cool, pretty cool. How are the drinks there? In Santa Fe, they were okay. We had a couple. I think we talked about those in a lobby bar previously after that trip. But what'd you think of the
Yeah.
Denver ones? How did it compare?
It was pretty good. I will say they had one with pandan syrup, and so I had to send you a
Dang.
picture
Okay.
because I was like, "Oh my gosh, we can make more drinks with the 55 gallons of pandan syrup that you got on Amazon for $87." Because we had no
Excellent.
idea where to get it in the United States. It was amazing. The drinks were really good. I had a La Madrina, is what it was called, and
Okay.
it had some gin, it had some Galliano, some aperitivo, lime, strawberry, and then this really cool rosemary smoke, like I said. Now, I got to tell you, I'm not a expert on mixology, which you would think is crazy and not true because we have a cocktail podcast. But I will say the smoker that they had,
Hmm.
I don't know if we need to purchase this or not, but it was really cool because he literally walked up with it looked like a torch. It just looked like a torch. And instead of it blowing fire like on the top, if you were going to crystallize some sugar on top of creme brulee, it just smoked. And so I
Okay.
don't know if there were chips inside that were then in a like an enclosed space because it wasn't like some of the smoking um, helpers and tools that we have where you create the smoke and then you open it up and then you put it and funnel it into your cup or whatever. This was
Hmm.
just like a torch, so that torch smoke. And then like
Okay.
the thing that kept it in your glass was this giant like slice of orange with a giant like thrush of rosemary attached to it. So it was like smoked rosemary on regular rosemary with some grapefruit. It was amazing.
Excellent. That sounds really good. And I like the idea of using like an orange slice or something like that to keep the smoke in your drink. Because normally, you'll see places will use like a coaster or like a little like topper of the glass or like another glass.
Right.
But yeah, using the actual garnish there, I think is a really kind of neat idea. We'll have to play around with that. We'll have to look for different smoking options. We've got a couple here ways that we've smoked things before in the past. But yeah, that sounds like something we're gonna have to check out. And something else we did indeed check out this week, Michaela, that is Gifford's Banana do Brazil. This is a liqueur we picked up because over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking a lot of Planet of the Apes content, and in both of the recipes, it's calling for this ingredient, Gifford's Banana do Brazil. It's something that we've had before in the past, but I wanted to really kind of stop and take a look at this, Michaela, because now each of us have a bottle of this, which is great because it is super, super delicious. And you're not even like a big fan of banana. I love banana. I love
I
fake
do
banana. I
not.
love real banana. I love all the things. I love like the little like Smartie candies or little like Runts candies in the banana shape. I like that. I like banana flavored like Starburst. I love banana flavored anything. But this is probably my favorite banana flavored thing. Gifford's Banana do Brazil. Now they make
Yeah.
this, Michaela. They macerate some bananas from Brazil mostly, but elsewhere, I guess, in like Central and Caribbean countries there. They get these bananas from. They macerate part of them and they take part of them and turn them into basically just a banana spirit. They combine that, they blend it with a little bit of cognac, and then you get this very golden colored elixir. I went on Gifford's website looking for a recipe for to things to use this in, and they basically just say to just drink it straight up over ice, and that's a good idea.
I mean, it is if you like banana. I will say, this is my love letter to you, Brian, because every movie that you have really loved, like your top
Mm,
two favorite movies, I have picked cocktails that have ingredients you hate. And so this is my
true.
olive branch. This is my banana, but my banana leaf branch that I'm extending to you because you love banana. And I wanted you to at least have one drink that gave you fond memories of a movie that you love so much. So yes, I will say this about the Gifford Banana do Brazil. It is way better than like the 99 bananas or 100 bananas that you can
Hmm.
get. In my opinion, look, I'm not a huge sweet banana person. I love bananas as a fruit. I don't mind a hint of banana. Like I love banana pudding, but if it's going to be just like sugar and banana, that does not work for me. So all of the
Hmm.
candy that you mentioned, I had to like not listen to you because it made me sick
Wow.
inside.
Oh
I
my
don't like
gosh.
any of that. I will say the Gifford Banana de Brazil is amazing. It actually doesn't sound bad to just put it over ice because it's got that banana, umptiousness to it. It's got this
Hmm.
viscosity that's really nice, but it's not so syrupy that it leaves you feeling like you've had a mouthful of candy. It's really special in that way. And so from now on, I think I do like banana liqueurs as long as they're Gifford's Banana de Brazil.
As long as it's this one. Yeah, for sure. This one is delicious and it goes in really well with a cocktail I'm big on right now. I told your husband about this when he and I met up over the weekend. Now, since we each have our own bottle, you'll be able to recreate this. But I made myself up while you were out traveling. I made myself a banana old fashioned, which is really pretty simple because you're just making a regular old fashioned, like a bar spoon of sugar or a sugar cube or a little bit of simple syrup, a couple dashes of bitters. I went with a dash of Angostura, just an aromatic bitter, and also a Mexican chocolate bitter. And then I put in half an ounce of my banana do Brazil and 2 ounces of bourbon. So it had this banana bread sort of aroma to it, nice and rich there with the bourbon and the banana. That was delicious. Maybe that's the best way to get you into bananas. What? Get out of here! Don't like banana flavored things. Come on now. Get into bananas and bourbon at the same time. This is your year, Michaela.
This is the year. I'm gonna be a whole new person by the end of this year. I'm gonna like
Yeah,
tons
who
and
even are
tons
you?
of like, yeah, right. It's fine. Look, but I want to say for anybody that might be on the fence about this one, give it a shot because this drink's amazing.
Give it a try. The drink's amazing. And give her a Banana do Brazil is also amazing. Pick up a bottle because we're going to be using it in our next 2 weeks as we talk about Planet of the Apes. Let's talk about that a little bit here, Michaela. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, it came in second over the weekend with a very respectable $26 million. But if that new Imaginary Friends tale led the way with $35 million, The Strangers Chapter 1, The Fall Guy, and Challengers round out the top five. If I've seen some things that say $35 million was good, $35 million was bad. And I've seen some things that say if the movie is good and if the movie is bad. I still think it looks pretty good, Michaela. I think we're going to have to make our way out to see this one. What are you hearing about if?
I'm hearing that it's Ryan Reynolds, and people who love Ryan Reynolds seem to really love this film.
Okay,
So
okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to say this. I don't know if that's really a testament to the film itself or to the people's just total love for Ryan Reynolds. That I completely understand.
Mhm.
But I've heard really good things. It's on my list to see. My son's excited about it. I know that I'm going to cry my little eyes out because if you've ever had an imaginary friend that you had to outgrow or say goodbye to, that's always really tough. So, you
Yeah,
know, that
absolutely.
tugs on Michaela's old heartstrings, as pretty much everything does. So
Michaela can't even talk about potentially seeing this movie even without the tears coming on. So we're gonna
be
move on.
nice.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That's what we are seeing after we finish this lobby bar recording. We're going to see that. We're going to be talking about it next week. But before we talk about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, we're going to be talking about the OG Planet of the Apes, 1968, Charlton Heston. We're going to be talking about that one this week on the episode. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It got me a bottle of Banana do Brazil. What's not to love there? Last week we talked about Secret of Nim. This week coming up, Planet of the Apes. So definitely looking forward to that. Got a couple of new releases coming our way, Michaela. We've got Furiosa, the Mad Max saga film. We're going to be talking about that in a full episode. So I'm not going to really get into that too much. I know we're definitely both looking forward to that one. Loved Fury Road. Excellent, excellent. But we've got another animated film coming out. And that's why I think it's, a little bit iffy for If only doing $35 million because Garfield is coming everyone's way. Now kids are going to be split between the big orange cat and imaginary friends. Anything about Garfield? Going to go see this? Do you like Garfield? Were you a Garfield kid?
I like Garfield because he reminds me of Bill Murray. And I think
Okay.
in some of the movies, or like the small like made for TV sagas, like there was a Halloween special that I really like from Garfield, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it might have actually been Bill Murray's voice. If I'm wrong, somebody will tell me, I'm sure. But
Okay.
I like Bill Murray's kind of humor where he's just super lazy and he just wants to sit there and like eat lasagna, although the lasagna always looked kind of weird in the cartoon.
Hmm.
Anyway, I like it. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one. I do think that people are going to like the big purple blob that is voiced by Steve Carell over Garfield. So I don't know if Garfield's
Mm.
really going to knock If off of its rocker. I don't know. I think this generation might be lost on the idea of a really fat lazy cat, but maybe not. There's a lot of cat lovers out there. So
There's a lot of cat lovers out there. There's a lot of nostalgia around Garfield. You mentioned Bill Murray. He was in like that like live action CG Garfield movie that came out
mhm.
I don't know, like 10 or 12 years ago. The original, like those specials that we had growing up, those were amazing. I always really liked Garfield as a comic strip. It started in 1978, so it really like hit like its stride by about the time, that we would have been little kids. So I've always really liked Garfield. Never got much into the movies. We got Chris Pratt being Garfield here, so he's going to sound exactly like Mario sounded, is my guess. I don't know. I don't know about this. It's probably fun if you like kids or if you have a lot of nostalgia around Garfield. Probably going to be a good time. Go check it out. There's a lot of really good voice talents in here, including Hannah Waddingham and Brett Goldstein. So it's like a Ted Lasso reunion. So maybe that's worth getting out there to see. Michaela, there is something else to see, and it is going to be showing, I think, in some theaters, but mostly, more importantly, it's coming everyone's way on May the 24th to Disney Plus. It is something we've talked about. It is a group that we saw a couple of weeks ago, and we saw the whole city of Charlotte just erupt in joy when the Beach Boys came out. But there's a Beach Boys documentary coming to Disney Plus May the 24th. We talked about him on a Drink the Music episode. You going to watch about the Beach Boys? Music
Yeah.
documentaries are having a heyday.
Yeah, they are. Yes, I absolutely am. I cannot wait. I have to say, we didn't talk about it too much, but the Beach Boys concert, and I feel like it might be the last one
It was
that might
amazing.
have
Yeah, could be,
it
could
it
be.
it was amazing. So Brian Wilson, he was there and he's like 80 something years old, and he was amazing. It was so good. And I I was not expecting to be as impressed or emotional as I was seeing literally hundreds of thousands of 20-year-olds listening to this music and playing with beach balls and like dancing around
Mhm.
on a hot day in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2024 to music that my dad listened to when he was 20. Like I thought I can't I'm so excited that they're, you know, doing this documentary. Or that we're going to get to see it. I'm really excited that it's coming to Disney Plus so I can watch it on my big screen. It's going to be
There
great.
you go. Yeah, absolutely. So definitely looking forward to that, and looking forward to get out and see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm hearing pretty good things about it, and we are on our way there now. Stay tuned to Patreon if we get some Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes drinks at our theater. We'll probably hop on there and do a little chat about that. Maybe we'll talk about that kind of trilogy that led its way into Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes on Patreon. And of course, we've got the Ewok Adventure on Patreon as well. It's patreon.com/drinkthemovies. So with that, Michaela, we better go ahead and wrap this one up because we need to get ourselves to the theater. Go see what this new iteration of Planet of the Apes has in store for us. And we'll talk to everyone next time in the lobby bar.